Morning, guys.
Hello. Forgot.
I have my 34-week appointment today at the health centre, and it's officially week 5 of lockdown. 5? 4?
5, I think, for us.
Yeah, week 5. So might be a bit eerie. We don't really know if Jordan's allowed in, but we're just gonna see what happens. And yeah, we'll let you know afterwards. We should be finding out about all the hospital restrictions and like how labour and delivery will look. So we'll keep you updated.
Alright.
It's been going fine though.
Good. And you've had some good readings.
Yeah.
And no sugar in your room today. That's good.
I should be nice. I had a
Good.
banana, so I was a bit worried.
Yeah, no, that's good. There's no sugar.
It was actually alright. I had my doctor appointment 2 weeks ago, and it was like carnage in there, and everyone was freaking out, all the receptionists. But here it was very calm vibes. I think husbands and partners still weren't allowed in ultrasounds, but Jordan managed to get in for the appointment. I don't know what the difference is though. Or maybe you just maybe you just ignored the system, I don't know. But they had all the hand washing stuff at the desks, and the midwives were wearing like the masks and things. But the appointment went well. She couldn't find my, was it blood pressure or heart rate? No, blood pressure. She couldn't find my blood pressure.
I got lost.
Got lost, so she had to do it like 5 times.
Yeah.
And what else? Oh, she said that my bump was measuring 35 weeks. I'm 34 plus 2 days. What else? And my iron was like on the cusp of being too low.
You need to eat them greens, babe.
I've got to eat them greens and them steaks. It's more steaks, I think, isn't it? Meat, red meats.
Probably.
Got to eat all the red meats.
Even though you're not meant to eat red meat.
Red wine.
You're not meant to eat raw meat, are you?
Okay, no. And then the other thing that we needed to ask her, like the only real question we had, was about all the birthing restrictions at the hospitals and things. And she actually told us that, I didn't know this, but they'd shut the Jordan doesn't want us to stand on the grass with his fresh Jordans. Jordan with his Jordans. The birthing centre at Kingston Hospital actually got shut because they turned it into a COVID clinic. COVID clinic? Beds or something. They turned it into something COVID. But they didn't have enough patients, so now it's back to a birthing centre, which is good. Because I think I want to have the baby in the birthing centre rather than the hospital. Other than that, the number of partners has gone from 2 to 1, which is fine anyway. And no visitors. And you're allowed in and out. Did you hear I say that?
Yeah.
So it's actually quite relaxed. It's actually quite relaxed there, but that's only if I'm there for a longer time, but otherwise they'll try and do it swiftly, you know, if there's no complications and such. So yeah, it's very smooth appointment. And now we are heading back home. Got ourselves croissant and coffee. So yeah, we'll check in when we get home. Bye. Hey guys, so it has actually been about a week since that last clip of us walking home, but I thought I would update you quick. So that was a Friday, and the following Tuesday I actually ended up going into hospital because felt like reduced baby movements. He was moving but not as much as he usually does. So I called in and they said to come in and get monitored and checked, which is what we did. Got monitored, did a pee sample, and they found that there was extra or excess sugar in my urine. And obviously, well, not obviously, but if you're pregnant at 24 weeks, you get a gestational diabetes test. And that's basically like a type of diabetes that you can develop during pregnancy. And it's quite common, I think. Is it common? I don't know. I don't know if it's that common. But because it runs in my family, it was almost expected that I would get it. And my test came out negative then, so that was when I was 24 weeks. And then at this point it was 35 weeks. Which is, wow, yeah, that's like 10 weeks on. And so they found some sugar, they tested my blood, and my sugar levels were a bit higher than a normal person's, a completely healthy person's sugar levels. So they kept me in overnight to monitor, and because that was like coupled with reduced movements, they made sure that they kept me overnight to just monitor things and see if it would regulate out, and it did, which is good. Baby's heart rate was a bit high at some point, and then he kind of leveled out, so it was all fine. But since then they've given me a like, where is it? Let me get it. Oh. Since then they've given me this little kit to test my sugar levels. So it comes with this blood testing machine, and you get some strips and a little needle pen. Here it is, little needle pen, and I basically just have to write down and track my sugar level results. So there's two different ways that you can kind of go about getting gestational diabetes. The first is to try and manage it with your diet, which is really difficult because sugar is in like anything carbohydrate and a lot of fruits and vegetables and stuff as well. Although obviously like natural sugars and natural sugars is better than artificial sugars. But things like bananas are really high in carbohydrates. So like a banana serving for a diabetic person would be like half a normal sized banana, so like this much. So yeah, so you can either manage it with your diet, or you can get medication. So you can get insulin, which basically regulates your sugar levels, and another thing called metamorphin. I think it's called metamorphin or metformin, one of those. But anyways, I've been trying to, because it's so late in the pregnancy now, I've been trying to manage it just on my diet, and thankfully it's actually food that I enjoy, which is nice. But yeah, so that's where we're at the moment. I've got a 36-week appointment with the midwife tomorrow, and she should be talking me through like birth plan and things. I think usually if you develop gestational diabetes, your baby tends to come out slightly bigger, but because mine was like a late diagnosis, he's like measuring fine and everything. So usually they would induce you if your baby was bigger, a couple of weeks or a week or so earlier than your due date. I'm so out of breath. So we'll find that out tomorrow. Ooh la la. But basically he's definitely going to be here before his due date. So let's see, put your bets in. What do you think? What do you think the due date is going to be? Let me know in the comments below. The other update, I guess I'm kind of not needed to give but wanted to give, is that we are currently, I think maybe 5th or 6th week into coronavirus quarantine / lockdown. So Jordan and I actually got married in February, and February the 16th. And it is now April the 30th. Is it? Yeah, it's now April the 30th. And yeah, we've been in lockdown. Coronavirus is still roaring in the UK. The original plan was that we would move somewhere in South London, and Jordan got a job placement which just happened to be in Gatwick Airport. And then about a week later, all the airports basically shut down because of coronavirus. So we were supposed to move out into a flat. He got his job. I was still working at that point. And then coronavirus happened, and they basically cancelled all the job positions because it was like shut down. And I had to stop working because I was classed as vulnerable, and the people that I'm working with is classed as vulnerable. So everything kind of got put to a halt. But we were talking about how crazy it is that God had just known that all of this was going to happen anyway. And if we had gone for the flat that we originally wanted, we would have probably been there for like less than a month, and then his job would have got cancelled, and I would have had to stop working, and I would have like no income. So, as annoying as it is, we are so thankful that God knows everything, and he totally saw that coming. Oh my gosh, I feel like we've been saved from a lot of stress and hassle. If we were there right now, I would be stressing. Would probably get evicted as well. But yeah, so this is actually my mum's old bedroom, and Jordan and I did a complete like DIY makeover to turn it into like baby appropriate. So we've got a little changing station and stuff, but maybe I'll do another video on our quarantine setup. Also, luckily actually it's like 10 minutes down the road to the hospital, whereas if we were where we were going to live, it would have been like a 45-minute drive. And we don't have a car, so we would have had to call someone to come and pick us up. But that is the situation, that is the life update, that is my, I mean this was a 34-week update and then a lot happened, so yeah, I'm almost 36, no, I'm almost 37 weeks. I can't believe how quick the time has gone, but I want to do some videos on some baby stuff, on some eco things that we've done, or some eco like tips on how to be more sustainable when it comes to babies. What's my hospital bag, finally packed that, kind of. And yeah, so I'll see you in the video soon. Much love, I hope you enjoyed. Also, if you've experienced gestational diabetes or any type of diabetes, give me some recipes, because I'm like craving sweet things. I'm craving sweet things and it's tough. But thanks for watching, I'll see you soon, bye.